This bee was way too lazy. It was already a grown-up bee this year, yet it didn't even know how to build a honeycomb. Today it was slacking off again. The captain caught it red-handed. It immediately stood up and saluted. However, the captain was furious when he saw this, so he ordered the little bee to fix all the honeycombs today. Then he took the bee army out to collect nectar. Next, the little bee grabbed a blob of honey, but the honey was extremely sticky, so it quickly rolled the honey into a ball, but it still couldn't get it off. It desperately shook its hands. Finally, it flung the honey off. What it didn't expect was that the honey landed on the captain's face. The little bee was terrified. It rushed over to try to wipe the captain clean, but the more it wiped, the worse it got. The captain was absolutely furious. He told the little bee to get out of his way. Then he pulled pollen from his pocket and patted it on his hands. He easily cleaned off the honey. The little bee was inspired by the captain. It imitated the captain and covered its hands with pollen. Sure enough, the honey was no longer sticky. The little bee was overjoyed. It immediately started building the honeycomb. Before long, it completed a hexagon, but the hexagon quickly collapsed. The little bee felt discouraged, but it soon came up with another idea. It found some small twigs. It fixed them to the ground. It used them to support the honey, but the honey still collapsed. The little bee grabbed the twigs and was about to throw them away. Just then, it noticed that the honey would solidify when its wings fanned air over it, so it quickly used its wings to fan the honey. Finally, it built its first honeycomb. At this moment, the captain appeared behind it. The little bee excitedly ran up to high-five the captain, but the captain told it there were still so many honeycombs left to fix. If it didn't finish them today, it wouldn't be allowed to eat. The little bee began working tirelessly. No one knew how much time had passed. Exhausted, it collapsed on the ground. At this time, the captain returned with the swarm. Seeing this enormous honeycomb before them, they were stunned. The captain sincerely praised the little bee. From now on, it was a qualified bee.